What's going on, Feed the Beasters? JD here with the next episode of JD Plays Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved. Expert mode. And I'm having a coughing fit, so forgive me. But, yeah. So as you can see, I have placed down another world anchor. As I was just telling my stream, that means we have one world anchor in this chunk. And we have one world anchor in this chunk. The two of them combined means that all chunks from here down to here, and from here across to here, and from here back up to here, and from here back over to there, all of these chunks are now loaded as long as I have them loaded with ender pearls. This one only has one more ender pearl in it, so it's only loaded for 24 hours right now, but that's okay. I'm going to stick more ender pearls in there here in just a bit. Now let's talk about this chest for just a second. I've been meaning to talk to you guys about this. This is my loot from a couple of treasure bags that I had saved up. Not much of it's really all that interesting. You know, an iron helmet, that's kind of odd to get out of one of those, but whatever. Gold coins, that's pretty typical. Knowledge fragments, some potions, all kinds of potions, a little bit of gold, that's nice. Gold coins, and a mundane amulet. All of that's pretty normal. But I also ended up getting two of these two Viz stones. Those are pretty nice. Those have the capacity to hold extra Viz in them for when we're doing Thom. And they start off with 2 air, 3 terra, and 3 aqua inside of them already. So these are super useful for me because this means that on top of the storage that I have within my wand, I now have these necklaces that will store additional Viz for me. So those are going to come in really, really handy. And I've been meaning to talk to you about those, and I kept forgetting. So it's a good thing I accidentally just clicked that chest. So now, if you look on the to-do list, we've got some stuff to talk about. We've got a little item sorting network we're going to look at today. We're going to look at a little more in depth at our Resonant Servos, the filing cabinets from Open Blocks. We're going to try to knock out an XP Obelisk, and we're going to see about getting an Intertank done. So let's get started first on talking about the item sorting network. So as you guys remember, yesterday we made a mob farm, and it was running into a couple of little teeny tiny issues towards the end. Just after I went off camera with you guys, a couple of creepers came along and pissed on my parade and destroyed the front end of the mob farm, and I was scrapping to clean it all up, and I had done some silly things. Part of the silly things was I didn't make this stuff out of blast resistant glass. I have improved the mob farm greatly. I have expanded the trough. I got rid of the side fans, they're not needed. I added in additional side conveyor belts, which by the way, the conveyor belt recipe was screwed up because I was using aluminum. Yay. And I was able to make it a little later and get all these, so that's good. But yeah, I've got a lighting system in here now, so I can actually disable the farm anytime I want just by hitting this switch. Hitting that switch turns on the lights, and it turns off the fans at the same time. So I can go into my mob farm to do work on it anytime I need to now, so that's really nice. And I can just flip the switch and turn it back on, and everything goes back to normal. Things start spawning and dying again. Hooray! We have a second turtle up here that's killing spiders that climb to the top of this. Not too worried about their loot or whether he's getting it just right. Just nice to keep the area clear. And this is tall enough to handle Endermen should they spawn in there, and that's great. Now if you notice, our tank it's kind of full. We're kind of backed up here. And the chest, on the other hand, is not full. So let's go ahead and take this tank with us. Because while that's fantastic, it's not doing any good down here anymore. And what that means is that this little guy, he's full too. And we don't have any way to store anything right now. We're kind of, as the saying goes, up a creek without a paddle. So we need to figure out what we want to do about this. Well, that's where the ender tanks come in. And we're going to get to those in just a second. For now, I'm just going to take this big bad tank of tons of liquid XP and put it right there. That's awesome. Now, one of the advantages of the open block tanks over this tank is, oh, wow, ever since I put on that necklace, look at my hearts, watch my hearts, look at that. Oh, that's crazy. I'm pretty sure that this runic shield is what's causing that. Anyways, with the open block tanks, you could right click this and actually pull the XP directly out. So we may transfer that to an open blocks tank at some point in the near future just to be able to consume it. But there are other ways to get it out of there. It's not that big of a deal. You guys are going to have to deal with me coughing tonight. I'm very sorry. But I will get a drink in an attempt to bring it down a bit. Now, I've been growing a lot of these pure crystals back here, and that's working out really nicely. I'm just growing them in that little tube. And my ender pearls farm is growing nicely. I've already produced an additional 4 seeds. I went ahead and hooked up a sprinkler from AgriCraft. As far as I can tell, it is not having any effect on these at all. I'm going to continue to do some more in-depth testing on it later, but right now I do not think that the AgriCraft sprinkler does anything to these. However, they are growing nicely on these ender core blocks, and I've harvested them several times today. It's been fantastic. Really nice setup. I really like it. Now down here is the new tunnel, and in this tunnel, this is where I have been doing some stuff. Now this is directly below the floor for our workshop. In the same exact chunk, it's exactly 1 chunk in size, as is pretty normal for me to do. You can see that there is some water running around. This is leading up to my ore wash facility and my solid fluid canner. And we just got some glowstone on the walls right now. And this is the item sorting network. Now this is very primitive, and this is a very early on item sorting network, but it does the job. It keeps this ender chest clear from all of the mob drops from the mob farm and allows me to collect them. You can see some string traveling along right now, and here goes a bone. So that's working. Now I also went ahead and tied in the other chests from around the base or cache that I already had sitting around. So if I wanted to, I could dump stuff into here and it would automatically throw those things where they belong as well. There goes some ender pearl. Awesome. Now these are a little different. These are the filing cabinets. And I'm sorry, and I said open blocks earlier. These actually come from extra utilities, not open blocks. My bad, guys. So there are 2 types of filing cabinets, and we'll take a look at those. There is the standard that I'm using right now, which takes 3 chests and 6 iron, and it gives you, I think it's like 256 storage. And basically what makes them awesome is, as you kill mobs, you're going to get armor like this, and you're not going to be able to stick this into a cache. But what you can do is you can stick it into these filing cabinets, and it will take different enchants and it will take different damage values. If it happens to come across 2 items that are exactly the same with the same damage value, it'll go ahead and stack them. So I've got leather boots, I've got leather pants, I've got leather hats, I've got leather chests. Right here we've got gold going, and we're able to handle all the different item drops from all the mobs. There's some steel or chain, which will, if we repair that, will melt down to chain, and we'll set up some repair capabilities later to recover materials from these things. And then in the last one, we've got the bows. Most people don't care about the bows. I collect the bows because you can actually get some decent enchants off of them. XP boost, nice. So we have a primitive sorting system, and this is working off of basic item ducts. It would probably be a lot better if we set this up with conduit so we could hide them behind the walls and fit even more storage in this room. And eventually we will. This is probably going to be kind of my warehouse area. I'll make a way to get down here from above and just be able to drop down here and grab whatever items that I need. So that's really nice. Now how this is working is I have 2 Resonant Servos. I'm going to give you a fair warning. You do not want items that are traveling down this pipe pathway to travel down this pipe pathway. They will attempt to enter into these cabinets. They will realize that they cannot get into the cabinets, and they will come back and cause a blockage on your servo, and that's bad. And I'm actually going to right click this and get rid of that connection. Okay, so how is this system working? Why are these coming over here and these coming over here? Well, if we take a look at this servo, I have it disabled by redstone, so it can pull anything that comes into this chest out of this chest. Now that's interesting. Why is that not going where it's supposed to yet? I don't know. Oh, I do know. And this is a perfect time to demonstrate this. Yay, another heart. This other one is working off of a whitelist. And if you notice, these are the items that are whitelisted. Now, it can pull out any piece of armor as long as it is the appropriate type, because I have it ignoring metadata, so it doesn't matter if it's damaged, and I have it ignoring NBT, so it doesn't matter if it's enchanted. So right now it wasn't pulling leather hats out because they're not on the whitelist. But if I add them to the whitelist, and we now have a container that holds them, we can pop this back in, and it will pop right out, and it will go where it's supposed to. And there we go. So Resonant Servo is very nice. This is really overkill for what I'm using it for, but I have a bunch of them because I was making so many item ducts. And this thing will pull stuff out of this inner chest so quick and shoot it on down the pipeline, and it'll keep these lines clear. Now, one problem with item ducts, if you get tons of items flowing through them, it's kind of cool watching the items fly around. That's really nice and neat. But if you get a lot of items starting to move through these things, like heavy use, you will start to experience FPS loss and lag, and you're going to lose frames because of it. That's part of why I like using Ender IO and their item conduit. Is it's lagless, takes up a single block, and I can hide them. You know, so it's really nice to me. But item ducts are very nice. They're a very good early tier solution. We're using them, and we have our first sorting system. Now we can make this a little bit better in several ways. We're about to make an ender tank. And to make an ender tank, we're going to need some crushed obsidian. We're going to need a cauldron. We're going to need one of our ender tank frames, and we're going to need some wool. While we're making that ender tank, let's see if we can make something else. And that is an ender pouch. For the ender pouch, we just need some blaze powder, some wool, and some ender pearls. Okay, and some leather. We should, I think, should, being the key word here, have all of this. So there's the ender pearl. And let's see, here's some blaze powder. We need 4 of that. I believe my wool is upstairs, as would be my leather. So let's go take a look at that real quick. And they should be over here for the leather. And we do have 3. Beautiful. And wool should be in here. And I do want this green wool because I want it to link up to the ender chests that I already have. I want it to be on the same network. Let's get rid of these tracks. And I believe it's 4 with this and these 3 and then the wool. And there we go. And you notice that instead of being white, it's green because we're using green wool. So why would I want to do that? Well, now I can stick things into that ender chest on my own. And I can do it from anywhere. Well, that's okay. That's not that big a deal. Actually, it's a really big deal. Because if you look at a chest like this that I've already had in the base that has a bunch of mob loot in it, which we now can sort, I can just grab all this stuff out. Don't have room for eggs, but I got zombie flesh. Open my chest, pop these things in. They're going to get sucked right out and go to the sorting network. As our sorting network grows, this little ender storage pouch is just going to become more and more valuable. Well, what else do I have down there? I know I have mob heads. I know I got eyes. I've got this. I've got that. I've got these. Cool. We can just start dumping everything into our network, and we've just basically unloaded this chest with little effort. The same thing holds true for stone. I have stone and dirt and basalt sitting downstairs right now. So I went ahead and added them to the network, if you remember. So now I can throw all of my stone in there, and it's going to go to its appropriate storage. Anything else that I will come across, extra armor that I might have laying around. I don't have steel down there right now, but hey, look, here's some leather. Here's a chain chest. I've been looking for one of these. There's some iron boots. This is kind of nice. We can just start throwing everything we need into the pouch and let it go where it needs to go. Awesome. Alright, now the other thing that I wanted to make was the ender tank. And I need to make 2 of these to create a union. So we're going to need some wool. Let's grab 2 wool while we're up here. Let's head back down. My ender tank frames should be downstairs. The keyword there being should. We all know how that works out for me. The question is, what did I do with them? So here's the crushed obsidian we're going to need. And I think we're going to need 8 of that, if I remember right. Let's look. Yep, 8. And we're going to need some cauldrons. So we're going to need some squished iron plates. There they are. Let's go ahead and knock those cauldrons out right quick. Uh-oh, where's my halo? That's bad. We should never not have our halo. I'm very concerned right now, guys. The halo is missing. I put it somewhere, and I don't know where. Alright, we're going to have to find the halo, because I don't see it. It could be just randomly lost, and it wouldn't be too expensive to remake, but I'm very worried about my poor baby halo. Anyway, let's find some resonant tank frames, and I think they're back here. What did I do with my little halo? I thought they were there, the resonant tank frames, actually. So now I am lost those too. Did anybody see my halo? And I have a whole bunch of these Resonant Servos right here. And if you look, here's where we have the stone, dirt, basalt, and this is actually a Resonant Cash. This holds 640,000 dirt in it. That's a lot of dirt. I'm pretty positive, I can't remember, but I think these can also have holding enchanted on them. They may not, I can't remember. It's been a long time since I messed with any of that. I need one more filing cabinet and I can do my chain chest. We'll just leave that here for now. Alright, so now we are on the hunt. Now we're looking for these tanks. Tank frames. No, I don't want that. No, 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 no. I probably dropped my, there's no chests down there. Oh, I forgot I have this over here. Iron ingots, nice. Right on. No resonant tank frames, nope. Get off the screen. Nope. 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 Hey, look. Nope. I've been looking for some of that stuff. No, sir. Nope. Nope. There they are. We found them. Alright. Now, if only I knew where my halo was. My crafting halo. Hey, there's some gold helmets. Let's send these on down. There you go, guys. Go to your new homes. There's a potato in there, too. Okay. I have no idea. Did I take my crafting halo upstairs? Let's go look. And if we can't find it, well, we're just SOL and we're going to have to get another one. Because I still want to make an XP obelisk as well. And I would like to make tonight only a 30-minute episode rather than an hour-long episode as usual. There's my halo. Yay! We win, guys. Good job. Okay. I just saw a zombie, I think. Maybe not. Okay. Now let's see right here. Okay, I forgot what I was doing for a second there. Alright, so Intertank. We need to make the cauldrons first. That's what it was. So we should have some, there we go. We need 3 of these per tank. So that means we're going to need 6 of them. That's all we got. So that's perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Tanks can go here. We're going to need all 8 of our metal and then 2 of our wool. And that's going to give us 2 ender tanks. Now, how I want to use these ender tanks is very simple. I want one of the ender tanks to come down here. Hello, zombie. Look at all this experience. It's overflowing. Ow. Ow. I need a hammer. I don't even know how a zombie got in here. So that's bad. I can't be tearing down my base. Alright, so we're going to hook up this tank right here. And it's going to start filling with XP. And now I'm going to stand here and accept all of this experience. It's glorious experience flowing into me. I love it. There we go. Okay, so now all the experience is flowing into the ender tank. That's good. Let's hook that back up. Yeah, let's actually throw these spider eyes and stuff in here. I don't want them. Now, at one point I had some rails in a cache, but I don't think that's the case right now. So let's get back upstairs. Not that far upstairs. Now, if we take this thing, we can put it wherever we want. And we've got access to our mob farm's experience storage. And that's really cool. Well, let's just put it down right here. So now I've got essence berries and I've got liquid experience, and you know, I've got another tank of experience right over here that I can just scoop right up. Whoop. Nice. But I can't access any of it. That's not any good. So I got a couple of choices. I could go to get this open blocks tank and access it via that method. But instead, I'd rather get an experience obelisk. Now, an Experience Obelisk is right here. It's not too difficult. We're going to need to make a chassis. We're going to need some Solarium, and we're going to need an Experience Rod. Experience Rod is more Solarium and some energetic alloy. We know how to make the energetic alloy. That's just glowstone, gold, and redstone dust. The Solarium is very easy as well. Gold and soul sand. So let's get some gold and soul sand going on. I think I have soul sand upstairs. I don't think I have any down here. But that's okay. We'll go get some. We're very close. No, come on. Run up the stairs, dude. Should be some soul sand right there in that chest, I believe. I have no idea what I just picked up. Soul sand, right there. We'll take this. Let's go make some solarium out of it. Now, more questionable thing is, do I have what I need to make a chassis? And I bet I can come up with one. So let's throw some soul sand in here and some gold. Now, if you noticed, the soul sand immediately started cooking before I even got the gold in there. Soul sand will cook on its own. And I'll show you what it will produce right now. Glass. It's just sand. So there's nothing too special about it other than, you know, the recipes that it's used for. And we've got some resonant ender over here. We're going to make some enderium soon. Okay, so we got some solarium cooking up. We need to make a chassis. So we're going to need some lumium, some machine frames, some capacitors, and some iron bars. Do we have lumium? Lumium, right there. 2 of them. Perfect. Okay, do we have a machine frame? That's going to be a big question. We got resonant. I don't know if I honestly have any more of the regulars left. But I bet if I look around, I can find the components for them. The question is, do I want to dig around and find the components for them? Let's see. Is it? Yeah, so that. A dense iron plate, that's some steel. I know I've got those somewhere. And some tin gears. Let's look around in the... Let's go up top for just a second before I start searching through all my stuff for this. Because I might actually have to make that. I'm really hoping I don't have to. So there's these two. I know we got that. There's this. We need to make some space in our bag right quick. So toss that in, toss that in. And we're going to throw away this tree. Alright. So energetic alloy, I know we're going to need you. And do I have a iron, electrum, steel, redstone? I guess I do not have another machine frame, but I was pretty sure I had one left. But that's okay. It's not the end of the world. So we'll just take some tin. Come over here. Toss it in. Let it make a split. It's going to pour us up a tin gear. I'm going to go through the house real quick just to verify that I don't have one of those laying around somewhere while that tin gear cooks up. Because we're going to need the tin gear anyways. Still haven't started bees yet, man. Need to get on those bees or something. And I really need to come back up here later and move all this stuff downstairs. It all has places downstairs now, so. What are you doing, little zombie dude? Riding a chicken in my wall? Silly bastards. Alright, I guess I don't have any more machine frames. Okay, it's not the end of the world. We can deal with it. There we go. Pour that tin for me. Give me that gear. It's beautiful. Okay. There was something I just thought about that I'm probably going to need in just a minute. And it was steel. We're going to need 9 of them. Down we go, boys and girls. Watch, I'm going to finish making all this and we're going to find one. And I'm going to be like, I do have one, guys. Alright, so let's start off in the metal former. Smash me down some steel bars. I think I have steel plates. Wherever I have the machine frame, I have a whole bunch of steel plates too. So that sounds about right. Can't ever find anything. Alright, should have some solarium cooked up. There we go, we do. Let's kick out some iron plates and grab that solarium. So while we're waiting on this stuff to finish up, which it may be done already, it is, and we can put this into the compressor and get that. We will put our 10 gear, our basic this, 2 of these, and another plate, and then a chipset, I think, right? This is what I'm missing? Yeah, an iron chipset. Do I have any of this? I do. Iron chipset, and a condensed iron plate. Let's throw that in there, and that'll get us started on this. So that's going to kick on all the laser beams, and we get a little laser light show as it quickly crafts this up for us. While we're waiting, let's go ahead and craft the rod. So to make your experience rod, take 2 solarium and your energetic alloy, and you get an experience rod. Now, an experience rod, right click on a fluid tank containing liquid experience to gain levels. Shift right click to transfer the levels to the tank. So with this rod, we don't even need the obelisk. We could take just this rod and run up here, and I could start pulling experience out of this Intertank. So just by right clicking this, I'm draining the tank and I'm gaining levels. Awesome. I'm level 36 now. That's cool. Alright, this is done. Let's grab it out. Now, we need to put this in here, but we're going to need some fences. Remember? You thought I was going to forget, didn't you? I've got some fences, but I don't think I have enough. We're going to need a bit more than that. So let's grab some iron. 6. Take your iron. You know the fence pattern. Bam. Alright. Experience obelisk, chassis. Shift click. There's our chassis. Solarium. Experience rod, and we now have an obelisk. Now, an obelisk stores experience and can output liquid XP to adjacent tanks. Okay, that's cool. Let's go over here to our XP tanks. So, if we go right, let's move the Ender tank. I don't know if this, does this work on this? No, it doesn't. Pickaxe, probably going to break the glass, but such is life. Alright, we're going to put the obelisk right here. Now the obelisk right now has no experience in it. Set that to output. It's outputting the experience from this tank into the obelisk, and it's feeding it all of our levels. We now have 62 levels of stored experience. Okay, let's store some more. And I just stored 30 more. Notice that it didn't quite go up as much as you might think. Levels grow in requirement exponentially. Now we can pick this obelisk up and it still has all of our experience stored in it. Okay? And that's a good thing for us. And now we can take this, set it right here, and we can set our No. We can set it on top like so. And as with most machines, we can set it to pull from below, and it is now pulling experience out of this Ender tank. So as experience now enters the Ender tank from the mob farm, this Ender tank, which is directly connected to it, is going to drain it into the experience obelisk, and I can come in here anytime that I want to do some enchanting, open this up, and pull the levels I need out. We've got our 2 mana pylons providing us with the full enchant capabilities. So I am now able to easily enchant my gear to level 30s. Beautiful. Super helpful. So I think that does our entire, yeah, that's our entire to-do list, guys. We've got it all knocked out. That's freaking awesome. And did we do it in record time, maybe? Let's look. Let's check. Probably not, because I'm slow and I forget to do things, but we're going to look anyways. 29 minutes! Oh my goodness! I got time to look around and see if anything else is going on that I forgot to show you guys recently. I don't think so. Now, solarium is used for a lot of other important stuff. It's used to make your soul binder, which we're going to need soon. I think it's used in the slice and splice. Can't remember. You also use this to make dark solarium ingots with pulsating crystals. There are other obelisks. There is an attractor obelisk, which draws mob towards it, specifying the mob to effect by placing the soul within the device. There is the aversion obelisk, which will prevent mobs from spawning in its area. There is the weather obelisk, changes the current weather, requires a lot of power and a catalyst item. And I don't know what this is. Oh, it's an inhibitor, but I don't know much about the inhibitors. So there you go. Was there anything else that I wanted to talk about in today's Let's Play? I've got a lot to do, and we're coming along nicely. I'm happy with how the base is coming along. I'm happy with how well we're progressing. But yeah, we're starting to get more and more comfy, and things are going to start to get where we can get through more important stuff a lot quicker, especially once we get this warehouse really off the ground and rolling with having all of our items stored away where I can quickly come in here and access what I need. That's going to really help with building things. I was kind of wanting to get this done before I really started my push for my Ender Quarry, and before I started pushing towards carrots. Um, the deeper Britannia stuff like Soldier and Sash and things of that nature. So yeah, there you have it, guys. As always, I got a short one in for you. That's not as always, but you know, it happened. If you liked it, like it. If you'd like to see more like it, subscribe. Remember, there's a link at the bottom. If you want to come play with me on a public server, click that link, fill out the form, let us know. I'm not going to paste the link on the screen anymore. Just it's in the description, as with all the information about my streams. So click that link, fill out that form, and let us know if you'd like to play with us. Definitely click the subscribe button, guys. Thanks. Anyways, you guys be good to one another. I'll see you next time. Laters.